Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're getting into DeepSearch AI.
Hmm.
It's this AI-powered people search tool that's marketed as, well, the future of digital investigation.
Yeah.
We've gone through a ton of user reviews, transcripts, all of it, and the mission here is to figure out if this thing is actually revolutionary or if it's just, expensive vaporware.
And if you had to boil down all those sources to one feeling, it's a real roller coaster, see this huge hype, then intense frustration,
Right.
and then just enough of these wow moments to keep people, well, to keep them paying. It's a really fascinating snapshot of where consumer AI is at right now.
And that promise is exactly where the conflict starts. The tool claims it can scour, everything. The internet, public records, social media.
Over 400 platforms, they say.
Exactly. And it's supposed to pull together a complete digital footprint from all of that.
Yeah.
Everything from an old email address to like an advanced face search.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, it sounds like straight up wizardry, though I guess we have to call everything wizardry in tech marketing now, don't we?
Well, it taps right into that fantasy,
Yeah.
of having total instant information. And the interface really sells it. It's slick, it's modern.
Oh, it looks incredible.
It makes you feel like you're operating some piece of futuristic investigative software.
Mm.
And it uses this proprietary NLP to connect all these public data points. It saves what would be hours and hours of manual searching.
And the sources do say that when it works, that feeling totally pays off.
Right.
It can pull this digestible snapshot of a person's digital life, and you get that little rush of being a digital Sherlock Holmes.
But that slick interface,
Yeah,
it guides you directly to a wall, a paywall.
the massive reality check.
The free version is, it's basically a non-functional tease. All the real power is locked behind these subscription tiers that users just repeatedly call pricey.
And here's the real kicker, even for the people who do pay.
Yeah.
The reviews say the results are often outdated or just irrelevant or, plain incomplete.
Exactly. So people feel like they're paying for the potential of getting a result.
Not the result itself.
Right. Not for a powerful guaranteed AI function. And what's so interesting is that the problems aren't just bad data. They're actual, structural bugs in the system.
You mean the technical glitches?
We saw so many specific complaints, technical glitches, and features that literally just disappeared without any warning. They have these algorithmic tiers they call think modes, and then one day,
Gone.
gone.
So you're paying a premium for a feature that's basically in beta, and it can just vanish while you're using it. That's a huge breach of trust.
Mm-hmm.
People also said the high accuracy setting, the one that promised cleaner, verified results, that got pulled too?
Precisely. And the reliability is a huge question mark. The app stalls, it freezes, or it just gives you an empty output.
Leaving you wondering if the AI is doing anything at all or just faking it with a loading screen.
Exactly. Is it thinking or just thinking about thinking?
So that entire conflicting experience, from the initial awe to just pure annoyance, that really is the story of this app.
It is.
And we can't really ignore the ethical pause a lot of users mention.
No, that's a big one.
Yeah, even though it's all public data, the sheer ease of scraping and collecting all this intensely personal information, it adds this layer of hesitation.
Yeah, it feels a little iffy. So the takeaway is pretty clear. DeepSearch AI isn't a total scam. It can give you useful results if you're patient and flexible.
But it's risky, overpriced.
And definitely not the magic bullet it claims to be. Not that instant, comprehensive digital footprint generator. Not even close.
So considering those grand promises of instant, accurate results versus the reality of high costs, bugs, and missing features, it really raises a big question, doesn't it? What does this experience tell us about the state of these ambitious AI tools in 2025? Are we, the paying customers, just high-priced beta testers for the AI revolution? It's something for you to mull over?